Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to our group assignment. The topic we have choose is instrument of the orchestra. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell you who am I. I'm Heshan Kavinda, MU 18021. My topic is what is an orchestra? An orchestra is a large group of musicians playing together as a group. It's very similar to the process that takes place in a sport team. Each member of the team has their own special work or position. Each member of the orchestra has their unique task like that. Just as a sport team works together for their purpose, musicians work together to create a very interesting piece of music within an orchestra. The chief handler of an orchestra called conductor. Okay, there are a lot of musicians in an orchestra, though it hasn't a permanent number of musicians. However, there are some general rules for a full one. I would like to tell you a few of them. First, you can expect 30 violinists split across the first and second violins. Composers always write two independent violin lines for an orchestra, as well as to get balanced stereo effect. First violins tend to sit on the left of the conductor while the second violin sit on the right. So finally, there are four categories have for an orchestra. In general, it's called an orchestral family. So now, I invite Isuru to talk about the beginning and evolution of the orchestra. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello everyone. I am Jayathilaka. My student number is MU 1846. The beginning and evolution of orchestra. It has been performing various musical compositions for many years and is believed to have started about 500 years ago. In the past, musicians used almost every instrument around them to play. Also, in the 1500s during Renaissance, the word consort was used to refer to a band, sometimes singers composing music together or at concert. Musical pieces written by musicians in the past could be played on almost any instrument. But Claudio Monteverdi, an Italian musician, changed that pattern. He knew the instrument and sound he needed with his opera Orypio, and he recorded them in his creation. The Monteverdi Renaissance Orchestra, thus created, is similar to modern orchestras. The origin and use of the string family began around this time, and but about 1800 these string instrument had going promisence. In addition, the use of brass, wood, wind, and percussion instrument improved. The use of such a variety of musical instruments create a complexity for the composer. They were also able to use specific voice acquirement to express their ideas. But for all this, they also need a detailed knowledge of sound and abilities. Thank you. I invite my friend to continue in this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. I am D.I.D Senevirathna, MU 18212. String instruments in an orchestra: violin, viola, cello, double bass, harp, piano, guitar, bass guitar, fiddle, tenor violin, mandolin, acoustic bass guitar, bass violin, and etc. The strings. The four most commonly used instruments in the string family are the violin, the viola, the cello, and the double bass. They are all made by gluing pieces of wood to form a hollow sound box. The quality of sound of one of these instruments depends on its shape, the wood it is made from, the thickness of both the top and back, and the varnish that coat its outside surface. Four strings made of gut, synthetics, or steel are wrapped around pegs at one end of the instrument, tightly stretched across a bridge and attached to a tailpiece at the other end. The pegs are used to tune the instrument. The strings are tuned in perfect fifth from each other 5 notes apart. The player makes the strings vibrate by plucking them, striking them, strumming them, or most frequently by drawing a bow across them. The bow is made of wood and horsehair. The instrument sounds different notes when the performer presses a finger down on the strings on the instrument neck, changing the length of the portion of the strings that vibrate. The shorter the vibrate part of the string, the higher the sound produced. I invite Vismini Vikramasinghe to talk about woodwind family.
Thank you, my dear friend. My name is Vismini Vikramasinghe. My index number is MU18152. Now I speak about what is the wind instrument. These types of musical instruments include wind instruments, which have two main parts, that is woodwind and brass wind. These are also known as wind instruments family. Wood has been used to create the name. Instruments are cylindrical in shape. Wind instrument in an orchestra: piccolo, flute, oboe, clarinet, bass clarinet, and etc. So that's all. Thank you.
I'm Navodaya Oshadi. My student number is MU18074. I would like to present the percussion family and percussion instruments. The percussion family is the largest in the orchestra. Percussion instruments include any instrument that makes a sound when it is hit, shaken, or scraped. It's not easy to be a percussionist because it takes a lot of practice to hit an instrument with the right amount of strength in the right place and at the right time. Some percussion instruments are tuned and can sound different notes like a xylophone, timpani, or piano, and some are untuned with no definite pitch like the bass drum, cymbals, or castanets. Percussion instruments keep the rhythm, make a special sound, and add estimate and color. Unlike most of the other players in the orchestra, as percussionist will usually play many different instruments in one piece of music. The most common percussion instruments in the orchestra include the timpani, xylophone, cymbals, triangle, snare drum, bass drum, tambourine, maracas, gong, clesta, and piano. Thank you. I invite my friend to continue this presentation.
Thank you, my dear. My name is W.M. Chalani Erandika. My index number is MU 18070. Now I speak about expressions for the ideas from musical instruments. One of the main features of an orchestra is that it doesn't use voice, but only musical instruments. Its primary responsibility is to convey the idea of them to the viewers and listeners through a them that focus solely. Western music has symbolic mechanism for expressing those ideas. That is Swazanda, Logo, Giocoso, Pianissimo, and Animo. Okay, now you can see these symbols for the orchestra. This meaning is, now I tell you, said that musical instruments gradually increase the volume and then decrease the volume. Okay, this is the writing for the orchestra. Musical instruments are applied to the composing of them music according to the chosen them. It is a task ascending to the music components. The okay, he manipulates the symbols and uses musical instruments to evoke to the ideas and emotions for them to the his like. Okay, this is our presentation and end of the presentation. Okay, thank you.